The Insurrection Act, which has been used by 48% of the presidents as of this moment, the Insurrection Act also, if you look at it, I believe it was Bush, the elder Bush, he used it, I think, 28 times. It's been used a lot. And if I needed it, I'd use it. I don't think there's any reason right now to use it. But if I needed it, I'd use it. It's very powerful.
You're watching The Legal Breakdown. Glenn, that was Donald Trump yet again invoking the Insurrection Act. This is something that he's spoken about before in an effort to continue to normalize this idea to the American people. So I have to ask, as he brings this idea up, can I have your reaction to what he's just said?
Yeah, Brian, can't you just, see it in his demeanor? He's itching to invoke the Insurrection Act because it would be another misuse of the military, kind of launching the military against the American people. First of all, he's got his facts all wrong. Shocking. I know. It's actually 15 American presidents who invoked the Insurrection Act, so it's more like 33% of the presidents. Importantly, George H.W. Bush, which I think he said invoked it 28 times, invoked it twice. When did he invoke it? Well, most notably when the riots were unfolding in Los Angeles after the police officers who were caught on video beating Rodney King were found not guilty. The state of California asked President George H.W. Bush to invoke the Insurrection Act and provide military assistance to tamp down the riots. The other time was actually in the U.S. Virgin Islands in the aftermath of Hurricane Hugo when there was some looting going on. So not 28 times, but 2 times. Notably, Ronald Reagan invoked it once to tamp down a prison riot in Atlanta. But, first of all, why would he invoke the Insurrection Act if he was following the law? Well, if there was an insurrection, and there is no evidence that there is an insurrection of any kind, but if a state requests that a president send military troops, invoke the Insurrection Act, as California did in the Rodney King riots, that is one of the more usual circumstances when the Insurrection Act would be invoked. Another time is when, if there is such violence, absent an insurrection, if there is such domestic violence, such that the state authorities can't protect the civil rights of their citizens, they might request the federal military help out and a president invoke the Insurrection Act. Brian, one of the most famous invocations of the Insurrection Act was after the Supreme Court struck down Plessy versus Ferguson's